Hello, it's Mike Towers with Coldwell Banker Preferred in Bakersfield, California, continuing our series of answers to the frequently asked questions regarding short sales. We've gotten through 6 so far. We've got 3 more to go. This video will cover question number 7. At the end of the presentation, I'll have a slide up of all the questions that I cover in this series with easy access for you to click on whichever question you want to go to. If you want to go right to question number 8 and continue, or if you want to jump around, it's totally up to you. Right before that, I will have a slide up that gives a website address that you can also click on that has information regarding the answer that I'm going to give today. So let's jump right into it. Question number 7. What about loan modifications? If I'm dealing with trying to take care of my mortgage and the value is real low and I can't get it appraised or refinance because the appraisal won't come in because I owe more than what it's worth, why don't I just get a loan modification? Well, before I answer that, let me go over real quickly what a loan modification is all about. Loan modification is when you basically go through the short sale process, you submit some kind of hardship in your financial information, that sort of thing, and the bank sees if they can work your mortgage around a little bit in order for you to be able to pay less to stay in the home. Now, please understand that their intention is to keep you paying on this mortgage as close to the mortgage as possible while still being able to work in your situation. Now, one program is it tries to get you to pay 30% of your income towards your mortgage. Well, if your usual payment was 45% of your income or 50% of your income, the bank is not going to take that much of a difference. A lot of people expect the bank to just cut their payment in half. Hey, I owe you $2,000 a month. I can't afford it, so charge me $1,000 a month. Especially in the very beginning of your loan, that'll just barely cover what they're charging you in interest. They're not interested in doing that. Some people think loan modification, they'll knock off $5, $10, $15, $20, $30,000 off my principal. They're not interested in doing that either. They're just trying to rearrange how you pay every month so you still can pay. They might, if you've paid your 30-year loan already down 5 years, they might try to change it back to a full 30 years again and spread out the payments and bring it down a little bit. Most people who see a loan modification see a very small change in their monthly payments. I've seen some people where the bank actually encouraged them to pay more per month than they were paying, and that obviously doesn't help. And then what they do is they put you through a trial loan modification payment stage where you're paying for 3, sometimes 4, sometimes even 6 months. Those trial payments to see if you could pay at the new loan modification rate. After that goes through, then they'll start the loan modification and try to take it on from there. Now, here's the answer to the question. What about loan modifications? The problem is, unfortunately, most loan modifications don't work. And the reason why they don't work is this. Most loan mods re-default in less than a year. They actually go back into the problems they were having, not being able to make their payments in less than a year. I think the statistic is over 50% of all loan modifications re-default in less than 12 months. And they were saying that checking out what's going on with the 2009 loan modification so far, that it's actually better than that. It's only 40%. So what that means is 4 out of every 10 loan modifications are re-defaulting. They're going back into problems. They are going back into foreclosure in less than a year. You space it out longer than that, over a year. I think the number right now is about 75 to, in some places, 90% of all loan modifications fail. It's not good numbers. Now, the numbers we're looking for this to be considered, I would think, considered successful, is maybe 10 to 15% re-default. That's understandable. But 40% as a good sign when it's usually 50%, and give it enough time, it's 75% re-default. This is not taking care of the problem. People go through loan modification is very, very long. It's very stressful. They ask for sometimes the same information over and over again, and then they take so long they need updated information that you turned in your pay stubs, and then 60 months has passed and they need new pay stubs. You got to send it in again. You're talking to a different person each time, and you go round and around and around and around. And when the people finally get into a loan modification, most of them re-default, which means they miss 2 payments in a row and they go back into foreclosure. I strongly do not recommend loan modifications. Now, if you do, some people are successful with it. If it helps you out, that's great. But 2 things I want you to consider regarding loan modifications. 1, if you do go through a loan modification, you can go directly to the bank. You can talk to your bank. You can call up customer service and say, hey, I'm interested in a loan modification. And they will tell you everything that you need. If you want to go through a third party, I would check for references. I would check to see if it's an attorney or a licensed real estate agent, someone, something like that. But then also understand too, if you want to pay that person, that's fine. That's up to you, between you and them. But they have recently passed a law. It is against the law. It's actually mortgage fraud to charge you the fee up front. You cannot pay for it until after it's done and over with, or at least until you get it approved by the bank. Then you could do that. But up front, non-refundable fee, that is mortgage fraud. That is not allowed. So if they tell you that, that's a bad signal. I would not use that person as a third party to do your loan modification, especially since you can do it with the bank for free. Second thing to consider is you're modifying a loan on a house that's worth far less than what the loan is worth. Some places in Bakersfield, homes are down 40, 45, 50, 55% in value from when they were purchased in some parts of 2003, 4, and 5. So that means the illustration that I use with people is, imagine you're driving a basic model Hyundai and you're paying for a top-of-the-line BMW. If your house is worth only $200,000 and you're paying $400,000 just to be able to stay there, it's not advantageous for you, because it's going to take a long time to get back to the point where hopefully you actually have value in your house or you have equity again, as opposed to short selling now, which I covered before, and then buying in 2 and 3 years from now when home values are still low, and you'd be able to apply that savings towards buying that house. Then you would be building equity. You would not be trying to catch up to where you owe. Here's the link with the information about this information about loan modifications. Click on it and read it up on that. You can search other websites as well. Find information. It's all over the internet. Go to google.com. Loan modifications don't work. Hit enter. You'll be surprised what you see. Here is the questions that I cover. Give me a call if you need questions answered. If you need to see if a short sale's right for you, give me a call. 661-616-3601.